Hello guys, welcome to the 59th episode of the Final Fantasy XIV series. Last episode we did a little bit more of the story, unlocked the next dungeon, and now we started working on unlocking Rogue. So let's keep going, let's finish unlocking Rogue. I love this little guild, it's so cool. I'm the one they call Jack. I'm surprised you've heard of me. Perhaps you'd be good enough to tell me your name, along with that the kindly cove as told you mine. Ah, the famous Aculry. Oh, Lunny Left Patch let you in, did he? He can't throw a blade for shite. But that one's got a good eye. That one eye don't miss not. When it comes to sizing up Dimmer Colt for the Stalin. Just one thing, you ain't a pirate, are you? Nope. Well then, it's time you was stalled to the rogue. Pull on your best beater cases, and I'll swear you in myself when you're ready. Now I could fill your waddles with the storied history of our guild, but that's just wids and win. The most important thing, the only thing we care about, is getting the job done. Now, most folk, and I'm assuming you're among them, don't know that not long after Limbs was founded, the city was overrun by a motley collection of pirates and thieves. But as wild as the lot were, it soon became clear that they all end up killing each other if they didn't lay down a few rules, an unspoken code of conduct, as it were. When you don't, one, you don't bite the purses of your fellow Leminsons. Two, you don't rook a crew out of their spoils. And three, you don't trade culls like they was chattel. I'll admit the finer points of the code are might murky, but most agree on those three at least. Now you might be thinking none of that amounts to a sack of dillberry now the Admiral's outlawed piracy. But back in the back alleys and black markets where Maryland's grip ain't so tight, the code's still alive and well. And just as the law is enforced by the Yellow Jackets, the code is regulated by us rogues. We go where the shadows are darkest and hand out justice to them as break the code. Some rum-soaked cove steals goods from the wrong cull, and we steal 'em back. That's the job, my nutty lad. Cool. Of course we don't hop the twig when blade work's called for neither. You'll see there's more to our dagger play than just sticking culls with the pointy end. We'll weaken a mark with poison, fade away and strike in the dark mends. Whatever it takes to get the job done. Well, Aculry, what do you say to that? Got the guts to do a rogue's job? You're damn right I do. Alright then. First off, we'll have your kit sorted out. A rogue needs to be light on his dew beater to stay on a mark's trail. The job might have you fighting across a deck or weaving through a mob, and the last thing you want is bleeding great battle axe what hooks itself on every rope and post. That's why we stick to daggers. They let you slip through the streets just as easily as they slip through a rook's ribs. Here, take these stabbers and let's see how they look on you. Don't get so excited when with your new toys that you forget to dress for the role. You'd be surprised how many cults come back here in their bloody small clothes.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting a low kitty.
You look very cute on that. Sweet. Okay, let's do it. Wrong thing. Equip the weather dagger, go into my inventory, recommended gear, and equip our full set. Oh, look at us, we look good. Okay. Let's make a new one. And reassign set number, make it There you go. And we'll add rogue right there. Actually, yeah, let's move it up too. There we go. Perfect. Managed to strap those daggers on without cutting yourself? Well, we're off to a good start, I'd say. Next, you'll want to get a feel for the weight and speed of your new weapon. I reckon those bleeding cheats in the field outside Limso should serve for your first lesson. I test your blade on a few of them lambs, then slice up some rats and pugils for good measure. Mind that you mill them beasties one at a time, though, lad. I know you've served far worse in the past, but you're no dimmer and damper with them stowers just yet. Fair enough. Spinning edge. Sweet. Let's just double check we don't have any roll actions that we need to add. Yep, looks like we're good. Only thing we need to add is limit break right here. Sweet. There we go. We need to go to Middle Anasia. Oh, this looks cool. We got our nice new start. I've never done this one before, so I've never even considered doing this one before, so I'm very excited. Okay. Middle Anasia, Zephyrdate. There we go. Get some Warp Rats. Good damage. Love this. There you go. Creates a shadow that nullifies damage up to 20% of maximum HP. Ooh. Love that. Okay. Here, let's pull up things so we can organize our hotbar. Hotbar, here we go. Here we go. I was right! Look at me go. It was on X. I am a god. Here are the pugils, okay. Level 4. Okay, looks like we got our first combo piece here. Just slash deliver and attack 100%, but combos with spinning edge. Cool. Loving it. Okay. Now we need to go and get the Lost Rings. We need new good gear. Yes, custom made shirt. What is this? Fate that we can do? It looks like it's a fate that not only we can do, but we might automatically do accidentally. And then more last lamps. Oh, there they are. go. Nice. Yeesh. No, I need more dark matter. Fragments of dark matter. Oh, I have some in my saddle bag. Perfect. Okay. Grade 1 dark matter. Okay, let us repair. Oh, we need one more. Okay. Let's repair, first of all, the elephant grazers. There we go. Then the weathered choker. Weathered wristlet. Weathered ring. Jack boots. And the gloves. Okay, and let's see, what are they at now? Condition 100%. Aww. Boring. Thought I could repair above. There we go. That one got above. Oh, because they were... Yeah, gotcha. We got Shade Shift, which is a 20 duration nullifying of damage. Very nice. Fisherman's? Oh my god, it's a kitty. Look at you. Wow. Amazing. That is a cat right there. Stabbers in your handles. Get inside. Done with your milling, are you? You can never have enough blade practice, my young colt. In fact, I'll even add a list of marks to your hunting log. Pit yourself against the lot, and you'll soon learn some new steps for your dance of daggers. You must think yourself a dancer, not a bleeding butcher. You only need so much force to ram a short blade into the hilt. Precision and speed, that's how you get the most out of your stabbers. Bulky armor will only have you plodding about like an ungainly aurochs. So make sure you're wearing gear that'll let you move freely as well. Alright, get your blade work up to scratch your coloring, and I might just have another job for you. I'm pretty sure you already do. Oh there, Cullery. I must say you're looking comfortable enough in those stabbers of yours. I reckon you're good and ready for your first assignment. Ordinarily, I'd storm you wids and let you get on with your work, but seeing as we only just dragged you into the shadows, there might be a couple of things what you ain't yet familiar with. Let's build on what you likely do know. And that's the fact that the Admiral, God bless her soul, has outlawed piracy in Limsa Laminsa. So why do you think there are still so many sodden pirates in this town? I'll tell you why. It's because there's still one way for them to loot and pillage without incurring the wrath of the law. All you need to do is apply to serve the thalassocracy as a certified privateer, and a captain with a privateer's license is free to terrorize the sea till the old goats come home, so long as he only targets vessels that belong to the Guardian Empire. Of course, considering how bloody vast the Empire is, that's plenty of loot to go around. Crews fill their holds with Imperial plunder, then sail back up here to Limsa to offload their spoils, and that's where this particular case went sour. See, this one crew got their fumbles on a magic device, a firing mechanism to be precise, what was ripped out of their hull by some heavy-handed coves. If you'll recall, that don't sit well with the code. If you're bold enough to rook a pirate out of his due, then you'd best be prepared for a visit from the rogues. And speak of visiting rogues, Underfoot. Over here, lad. I want the pair of you working together on this. Pass sentence on them codifying rooks and bite back that magic tech part. Hey, what? What's the cult needing me for? You're in charge of new recruits, ain't you? It's a Cullery's first assignment. You're to go along and give him the benefit of your wisdom. Since when was I in charge of new... bugger it. So, I guess we're to be partners from now on? The name's Perimu Harimo. But most me fellows call me Underfoot. He might seem a touch reluctant, but Hiramu is one of our best. You just do as he says, and you'll get the job done. Alright then, me young rogue. Seeing as this is your first official outing, I want to be sure your dance steps are up to task. With them short blades, you need to get in good and close to your marks, eh? But we ain't bleeding swads of shining armor, and the lighter kit we wear ain't much protection from a click to the gan. So if you don't fancy spitting blood and teeth, your best defense is simply not being there when your mark winds up to land a nasty clout. Sliding round to a flank usually does the trick, but there's some rum fun every rogue should master, the shade shift. Clear your mind and trust in your speed, and you'll leave an axe-wielding brute or spell-flinging mage chasing your shadow while you bury your stabbers in his guts. Right now, it's time to put this lesson to practice against some of those Aurelia out in Lower Lanasia. I hope you was paying attention to that, because those tentacles pack a wallop. Enjoy. Okay. Lower Lanasia this time. Got it. And I got my hunting log now. Will it show incomplete? Oh, perfect. We gotta find these Aurelia. Yeah, that looks like Aurelia to me. Yep. Go, all done with that. Also, where is the targeting camera? Oh, here we go, target. Oh, there's cone. Weird. It doesn't seem to work very great. Whatever. Turn now, and back. Go. No, let me. There we go. Done with your practice then? The sting of them tentacle buggers will teach you soon to stay on your toes, eh? Now we've got your blood rushing. I'd say it's time to get down to work. First things first, we need to track down them adult coves and what rook the magic tech gadget. Might be as one of our rogues has heard something. The guild thrives on information, you see, and we've agents scattered far and wide with their glazes keen on their waddles to the ground. Let's pay us a visit to Itolan at the Drowning Wench. Ask her for weak ale and see what that gets you. I'm not setting you up for a laugh, lad. Trust me. Bye, Underfoot. Okay, let's go to the main Easterite Plaza. Yeah, it's so cool looking. Here you go. Etolan. Welcome to the Drowning Wench. What's your pleasure, sir? We get. Never in my days. We may serve some cheap grog in the wench, but not what that was watered down. If our usual ale is too bold for your taste, mayhaps you'd like to order from the underground menu. Aye, there's quite a lot to offer for a customer with your roguish charms. Was there something in particular I could help you with? The trouble over that Magitech loot? Twas not a subtle job. The gang in question is an unusual group of former pirates calling themselves the Dainty Demolishers. They seem to be enamored of court dandy mannerisms and have preference for seizing Garlean machinery. They're also known for conspiring with goblins. Rumors say that the Demolishers visit a beastman camp in Middle Anostia to fence their goods. And those goods generally take the form of Imperial technology. I imagine the goblins were rather pleased to take possession of the mark. Whatever that is. Anti-aircraft cannon firing mechanism. I don't remember what L is in the Roman numeral. Sorry, guys. If you mean to steal the device back, then your trail leads to the goblin camp in Summerford. Summerford, eh? And you're right, lad. Meet me across the river from the camp and we'll plan our next move. Here we go. Hey, Underfoot. Getting down, El Cody. It's snitching the action across the way there. No sign of the demolishers, but I did see one of them Gambler's Coves stuffing the Garlean gadget into his back pocket. I knew Tolwyn would steer us all right. This is your chance, lad. Clout that gambler gobby and grab all the advice. I've lost track of which gob it was, but I'm thinking it's the sod on the left. Just make sure you dance away from any bomb blasts. Twisting and dodging in the middle of a fireball might not save you from getting your eyebrows singed off. Fair enough. Here we go. Underfoot? That's the way, lad. There was naught for me to do but sit on Madame Daddles and watch. So you've got the goods, eh? Hey, this is the device and no mistaken. Let's get it back to the guild, eh? We still owe them demolisher bastards $1 million, but they'll keep for the now. Here, you should be the one to deliver the price to Jack. It was your hand what snatched it out of the goblin's paws after all. You are a kitten, a very kitten. Captain, I say! Some fiend has perpetrated violence upon our goblin colleagues whilst we sought but to wet our throats with fine libations. This will not stand, Captain. Our finely filched loot has been pilfered from under our noses. Blast and bother. My blood boils and bubbles at the temerity of this affront. I know not the identity of this audacious buffoon, but they shall be made to pay, and pay dearly, with me and my fine fellows. Opa! Oh, yeah, that was 50, so XL would be 40. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I thought it was 50, but then I was like, wait, why would it be 10 50s? That seems like a lot. Yeah. You managed to grapple that iron mechanism yet, here, Calvary? Yeah, still in one piece, too. You've done well for your first assignment, lad. It don't look like much, but that crew put their lives on the line to cloy this here bubble. They'll be pleased to see it snatched back from the ruffians. We've yet to do for the dainty demolishers, Jack. The job ain't over. You're right, Underfoot. I think you break the code, you face the consequences. Oh, this is not at all what I expected from the inside of a convent. And who might you be, sirs? Your ignorance is understandable. After all, our schemes are always perfect. Our heights impeccable. Shall I reveal our infiniteness name and drink in your delicious terror? We are the dead, dastardly, and dictionally devilish. Quail before the dainty demolishers. Wow. Captain, I say, there's the cat who misappropriated our merchandise. I concur. He's the self-same simpleton whom we trailed unnoticed to this very establishment. Surprise, surprise. Now, my dear dandies, let us not be unpleasant. We should endeavor to resolve this distastefulness without resorting to insults or other less diplomatic methods. At least not yet. You there. Yes, the clean-cheeked errand boy. Be a good fellow and fetch me your superior. One of your colleagues has committed a terrible crime against us, and we shall not be leaving until the proper restitution has been paid. Oh, an errand boy am I now? You watch it there, Underfoot. Tell me, Captain, just what kind of place do you think this is, then? This place. Why, I suppose it is some manner of convent. The one-eyed doorman named it the Dutiful Sisters of the Edelweiss, or some such. And you've yet to realize your mistake? Your fate was sealed the moment you dragged your sorry quarren across the threshold. Are you threatening me, boy? I'll have my fellows cut that impudent tongue. We've exhausted our reserves of dainty today, lads. Show these fraudulent sisters how the demolishers deal with upstarts. You still don't understand, do you? I love it! There are but three sort of culls of what the doorman will let pass. Clients, recruits. God spit! I'll kill all of you! Didn't your mum teach you not to interrupt a lady when she's talking? You'd have learned that third sort of cull is the bollocks for Brain's mark, which marches himself right into the rogue's den. Rogues? But we were so careful! I'd heard tales in my pirate days stories about the merciless race who uphold the code. They weren't called rogues back then, though. The upright thieves they were, and knives in the shadow. You can't be them. You're just trying to scare me. Well, the captain of the dainty demolishers is not so easily cowed. failed with your deceptions. Huzzah, huzzah, my fallen comrades. Ooh. Deceptions? Hey, anyone you meet could be a rogue captain. Even a clean-cheeked errand boy. He's still breathing. Find some rope and string him up someplace in town. Poke. And now the job's done. Quite an introduction you had there, eh? Welcome to Limsa ever-turning underbelly, where the thieves shed their skins and became rogues. I'm not much for discussing the old days, but since it's come up, I might as well clear up the confusion. It was back when piracy was at its peak. The coves what protected the code were dimmer dampers, the best lads and lasses that had from among the pirate crews. They bit back the goods or what was wrongly bitten, and came for the guilty under cover of darkmans. Upright thieves became the title for these coves, what dealt in sanctioned stealing and milling. But it was only those as had cut all ties with a buccaneer's life what was accepted into the ranks, conflicting loyalties and all that. They formed their own guild and even their own way of speaking. And what was once pirates was pirates no more. Later on, when Merlwib took the admiral's chair, the upright thieves agreed to abide by her laws. We became the Rogues Guilds, marked the exchange, and altered our recruiting policy to accept venturers like yourself. But although the title is different, the job remains the same. Uphold the code and preserve the underground society what spawned us. Oh, sorry, I forgot to read that. Okay, well, let's see. Let's go to Duty Roulette. Duty Finder. We can't even do guild tests yet? Damn. Okay. Well then, for the next one, we will have to go get some levels. Let's do some, here we go, lower Lanasia, middle Lanasia, lower, lower. Seems like we have a lot of lower. Let's go to lower. Okay, and what do we need to find? We need to find, we have cedar wood, cedar wood, cedar wood. Okay. And cedar wood is up that way. Here we go, Wild Dodo. Okay. Tiny Mandragora. Go, that's another one down. And then cave bat. Middle, and then still cedar wood. Okay, wait. Let's find that before we leave. Might as well while we're still here. Okay, it's gotta be over here. Yeah, they're up there. Perfect, okay. And hide. Blend in with your surroundings, making it impossible for most enemies to detect you, but reducing movement speed by 50 has no effect on enemies 10 levels higher than you or certain enemies with special sight. Where would we put that? Yes, that is completely new. Okay, so that goes right there. Well, that's cool. Now all we have left is Middle Lanasia, Pirate, and then Three Muln Bend. So Summerford and Three Muln Bend. Okay, let's go there. Because we might as well finish it off while we're at it. Gotta find the pirates. that's goblins. I think this is just like balloons and stuff. Yeah. That looks like it could be the Raiders. Yep. Go. It. And go over to 3 Monte. Yeah. We need 3 crabs. We need a giant enemy crab, that's what we need. We can attack its weak point for massive damage. Now those sure do look like giant enemy crabs. Well, geez. That's very nice. Oh god, that is ugly. Okay. Well then, let's head back to Lominsa. And look at our hunting log as well. Look at that. Ooh. With lots of XP to be had. The fishing guild. That's so interesting. Yes, sir. Looking right inside. A fine evening to you, Cullery. And a fine evening it is for a spot of work, wouldn't you agree? This time round, it seems some eager buccaneers scampered aboard a local merchantman and made off with a shipment of muskets. Now, seeing as it ain't lawful to cloy from a Limon's vessel to begin with, the yellow jackets fell upon them daft coves afore their boots was even dry. Aye, they caught the pirates right there on the docks, but the stolen boomsticks were nowhere to be found. Fenced in a longboat deal, I'm thinking. That's when our guild was officially contracted to receive the goods, which weren't really needful since the code have had us on the job anyway. You don't bite the purses of your fellow Laminsons and all that. So this is your assignment, me nutty lad. Find out where them vessels went and bite that shipment back. Seeing as the cutters is hit that merchantmen are already rotting in irons, you needn't rush in with your stabbing. I want this job handled quick and quiet, and I've the perfect partner to show you how it's done. Underfoot. Oh no! This here is Vakebe, the Stray. Ain't no other rogue what can match her in the art of skulking, sorry. A pleasure. There's some problem with Vakebe? You seem a bit out of sorts. I'm bloody starving. I had one of them finger sandwiches set aside. You know those egg-filled tasties they make at the Bismarck? But when I got back from work, it was bloody gone. Uh-oh, that was Vakebe's? I thought it was Underfoot's. Ahem. Well, you just head out on the job and I'll see if I can turn up with that missing sandwich by the time you return. Alright, Jack. One more little detail you should know. The muskets was meant for the Yellow Jacket's armory. So once all is bob, you can hand the goods to one of their culls directly. Understood. We can start whenever you're ready, Colby. I've had a collie keeping a waddle out for aught that might help us, so I suggest you have a few wids with her first. You find her at the Hill Inn posing as a fishmonger. Understood. And we will continue that in the next episode. I hope you guys all enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next time.